What is up, epic people of the internet? My name is Nate, and welcome to my first impression review of Foxhole. So Foxhole is a massively multiplayer game where you will work with hundreds of players to shape the outcome of a persistent online war. This is the ultimate game of collaborative strategy and tactics. Every action you take can have a powerful effect across a world in a state of war. So I just read you the description of the game on Steam. Sounds pretty awesome, right? Well, the game is currently in pre-early access, meaning it's basically a demo and it's pre-alpha, so still a lot of the game to be fleshed out, so this is just a first impression of the pre-early access version. So Foxhole is a top-down strategy game, but instead of commanding all your troops like in most RTSs or turn-based strategy games, you're actually controlling one unit. So basically you're playing a shooter with one unit, and you're working with a bunch of other people, 60 per team, to capture different points and hold different outposts and bases and towns throughout the map. You can do different tasks, like you could be on the front line fighting, you use resources to craft weapons and so forth, and you run supplies for everyone, and there's back off the front jobs as like making ammo and making weapons and so forth. So it's really cool, and I think it's a really fun strategy game. To be honest, I've been looking for a game like this for forever. This is like my fetish game, as my friend said when they first found the game and showed me it. So this is the beginning of what I think a lot of the games in the future should look like, where you have a large server and you have this persistent online war that can last months. And it's just like a game where you go into the server and there's a bunch of people there and you work as a team to get one unifying objective, and it continuously updates as your team does well or does bad. And I think that is awesome. I think having the different aspects of war, so in this game, for instance, you have the front line, and the goal is to keep the front line supplied in order to take over these points. So you have to give them the heavy weapons, you got to get them all the ammo, so you got to craft all this stuff. So, and it takes a while to walk to different places, and you can't carry too much because you get over encumbrance. So you set up supply lines with trucks, and you have teams who work in the background making your supplies, your spawn tickets, your ammo, and all that different stuff supply the front line and keep the war machine going. So if you're not a fighter, you can be this whole strategy line, and it's all about where to supply which front first, because you're usually fighting on two different fronts. And so it's whether you supply this front, whether you supply that front. It's really fun seeing all the different people in the chat. Like, people are so communicative in this game that it's like mind-blowing, because in most online games, people just don't talk to each other. So having a game where people chat and voice talk and keep up to date, people are up to date on what they're doing, is so great. So let's talk a little bit about combat. So there's not many top-down shooter games that are actually like online games. Like, I've played like $1 games on Steam that are like top-down and like you shoot zombies and stuff, but nothing that's like a massive multiplayer online. So I think that's really cool. Surprisingly, it's very tactical on where you stand and like how you aim. So unlike a lot of those games I pay for like $1 or something, like there's just the fun arcade type games, there's actually like motion to your movement. Like, you can actually fine tune where you aim and so forth. It's really good in that aspect. There's a fog of war in the game that makes it hard to shoot. You can't shoot too far and so forth, and you have to move closer, and you have to use different weapons to get aim and shoot farther. You have binoculars, so different tools to get through that fog of war. So it adds that intense aspect of you don't know what's in front of you. And like there's no map that's showing you, oh, there's a bunker here. Because enemies can set up the bunkers wherever they want, and foxholes wherever they want, and defenses wherever they want. It's a sandbox game. So with the fog of war, you don't know where anything is, so that intensity of walking into a front line and then all of a sudden getting pinned by a bunker of a machine gun is actually surprisingly intense for a top-down third-person shooter. I would expect that to be intense in like the first-person shooter games I play, but on a top-down third-person game, I'm very impressed on how well that works out. So in the end, as I said, this is the game I've been looking for. It has a long way to go because it is only pre-early access, and there's a lot of things I think they should add. I think they need to add like a couple more roles in the background that isn't fighting to help make the war machine keep going, because I got a little bit bored after a few hours of running supplies. So keeping something else back there is something what I'm looking for. Getting squads enabled is another thing. There's a few other things that I've read up on that the developers are working on that I'm really excited about. So make sure you check out the game Foxhole on Steam, pre-early access. So thanks for watching my first impression video of Foxhole. A little bit of a rant there for you now on what I like and what I didn't like and kind of explaining the game. So let me know if you've played Foxhole down below in the comments, and if you try it out because of this video, let me know, and let me know what you think. What do you think is needed? Did you like the game? Did you not like the game? Let me know. Get a discussion going down in the comments. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to punch that like button and subscribe to this channel for more Foxhole content coming soon. My name is Nate, and we will see you epic people next time.